Hello my dear friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara and today we're going to be looking at the Cancer moon. So very excited to be getting into this particular placement. This video is for you if you do have this moon sign in the sign of Cancer. If you're a cross watcher, welcome as well. So the moon sign deals with our inner world. It's all about who we truly are deep down inside, behind closed doors, when no one's watching, whether we express it or not. It's really who we are on an emotional level. It also deals with the mother, and it sometimes gives us a little bit of insight as to what past lives you may have had. So Cancer moon, you guys are all about nurturing, being nurtured. You guys are a lot of the time all about the emotions, the depths, okay? You guys want to connect with people on an emotional level. What tends to happen sometimes with the Cancer moon is you guys may be nostalgic, okay? There's always an energy of like nostalgia, like very sentimental. You guys might find yourselves going to old places, old people, even old like areas where you had certain experiences in. So maybe like an event place or an event room. These sorts of things, very Cancerian. You guys might be people who look at old pictures, right, of friends. You guys might be like very reminiscent in this type of way. There's a huge energy of nostalgia connected with the energy of Cancer. Now, for you guys, the moon sign is ruled by the fourth house, which is the sign of Cancer. So the moon is in its home, okay, in its natural placement. It likes to be here. So for you guys, again, it's all about anything to do that's Cancerian, right? You guys really want to connect with people on an emotional level. You guys can't be bothered with people who aren't deep. You guys are always going to want to go deep in every single conversation. So placements like air moons, okay, you guys might not be interested in these people. You guys might find them too flighty, okay, inconsistent, and all these sorts of things. The Cancer moon, a lot of the time, like there is a huge connection to the mother, okay, or lack of, because the thing is with the Cancer sign, you guys are the most abandoned sign of the entire zodiac, okay? So a lot of the time from early childhood and maybe even passed down through like past lives, okay, there could have been some form of abandonment that took place. And now abandonment doesn't necessarily have to be just physical abandonment. It could be emotional abandonment as well, okay? So for you guys, you know, a lot of the time, like Cancerian energy is very much connected to orphan energy. So you guys could have a family, definitely, but there could have been some form of lack, okay? Because the Cancer moon child a lot of the time expects, and we're already getting into the mother. Usually I get into it a little bit further down the video, but for the Cancer moon, like, you guys have a huge connection to the mother. So there could be issues where it's like you can't let go of the mother, or there wasn't enough of the mother around, or there was issues with the mother, these sorts of things where it's like, again, even if there was a family dynamic around you, you guys didn't feel like you belonged to a part of a family. So what tends to happen then with the Cancer moon is like throughout your life, you guys are constantly seeking this family. Okay, so this is why a lot of the time Cancer moon people might end up in relationships longer than they should, friendships longer than they should, jobs even, because it's like, wherever you guys go, you guys create a family dynamic, or you guys want to create that family dynamic, okay? So this is something that might happen for you guys. And again, even if things do get toxic or bad, you're going to be in it longer than you should because of this reason, because of the fact that, again, it's the abandonment energy. There's such an abandonment energy that's always connected with the Cancerian energy, where it's like, it's almost like it takes over your life, and it's something you guys really have to work through and push through. Sometimes you guys aren't even aware that this is what's taking place, but this is what these videos are for, and this is really what astrology is good for. It tells us the areas where we have growth, right, and the areas where we have strengths. So it's like looking at how we can balance these energies. So for you guys, huge thing is to learn to basically be okay with being abandoned, because again, it's like you guys carry the orphan energy. So it's like whether it's carried over through a past life, maybe you guys didn't have a family feel in a past life, you're always looking for that family energy no matter what you guys do, because it deals with the home. So you guys might also like spending a lot of time in your home. You guys might also want to just be home, out of the world, because it's like, again, on an emotional level, like Cancer wants to understand all of their emotions, and you guys want to feel everything, okay? So again, this can go either way. Like sometimes Cancerian energy, you guys might fall into, so all of the water signs, all of the water moons specifically, is like a lot of the time you guys deal with some form of addiction throughout your life, because again, you guys feel everything so deeply. So you guys might want an escape from that. So there's two things that could happen. It's like either you guys want to feel the emotions, but sometimes what happens is like you guys can really get stuck in those emotions, especially like deep emotions, nostalgic emotions, all these sorts of things. And it's like you guys are meant to break out of that, okay? You guys are meant to, you know, it's not just like you guys are meant to just be happy all the time, because like emotions are on a range, right? But you're not meant to get stuck in like the deep nostalgia of things, okay? So that's one thing that could happen. Or you guys could completely shut off and try to escape your feelings, okay? That's a huge thing with the Cancerian energy. It's like you guys could try to escape your feelings. So a lot of the time with Cancer energy is really associated with alcoholism. and substance abuse in that way. Like each of the moon signs have a different type of addiction that they're working through. For you guys, you could really fall into alcohol abuse, right? Drinking so you don't feel things. And especially I find like because of the fact that like all the water moons, okay, are psychic in one way, shape, or form. So I didn't even mention that Cancer moon is highly psychic, highly intuitive. Again, you guys feel everything around you, so you guys can feel other people's feelings. And especially when you're younger and you guys might not be aware that you're picking up on other people's energy, this could really consume you. And you know, a lot of the time it could really like drag you down because you guys are just picking up on so much all the time. So you guys could be clairsentient or even an empath, okay? Or you guys could also fall into like the category of empath. But regardless of what it is, a lot of the time it's like if you guys do any sort of substances, specifically drinking, it's like if you have maybe one drink, that just like kind of amplifies everything for you guys. So you guys could probably fall into like the energy of like trying to get blackout drunk, okay? Or just drunk in general. Or it could just be other substances. Like it could be substances in terms of like drugs as well. But I find Cancerian moon specifically struggles with alcoholism, okay? That's something huge with the Cancerian moon. You guys might struggle with that. Anything to help you guys escape what you're feeling. So huge thing for you guys to learn throughout your life is to be able to feel your emotions but not get trapped in them, to be able to learn your emotions from other people, because this is why like Cancer moon specifically, like even Cancer energy a lot of the time gets labeled as moody. This is because of the fact that for you guys, really what it is you're picking up on energy around you at all times, okay? You're always picking up on energy around you, and it's like whether you guys are aware of it or not, you can't shut it off, okay? Because when you have this gift, you just have this gift, right? This is why a lot of the time the Cancer moon is like the crab, right? The crab goes into the home, right? It wants to retreat. So you guys want to go into the home. You guys want to retreat from people because it's draining for you, okay? You guys are constantly like picking up on energy around you, emotions, energy, all these sorts of things. So this is a huge thing for you guys to basically work through and understand that you guys have this energy within you. Highly psychic feelers, all these sorts of things. You guys might be interested in like, again, you guys are able to evoke emotions out of people. So you guys could be interested, obviously depends on the rest of your charts, but you guys could be interested in industries that do this. So music, right? So you guys can be interested in music where it's like you are able to bring forth some sort of emotion. But a lot of the time, like Cancerian things are like things like I don't know if it's called like a montage or like a slideshow. Like, you know, when they play like a slideshow of like a person's life with like music, that's like your jam. Like you guys love making things like that. You guys love like making playlists, right? With like music that really makes you feel things. You guys love escaping through these sorts of things where it's like, it's really like a music emotion connected with like an image is like the perfect thing for you guys. So like those scenes in like movies where it's like there's like an emotional scene taking place and there's music connected with that, you guys love that stuff, okay? You guys could love like romance novels, anything of the sort that basically is feeling, okay? You guys want to feel, you guys are feelers, you guys are emotional. So a lot of the time, like I mentioned, you're probably not going to get along with like air moons, you're probably not going to get along with like fire moons, because those people are more like in their masculine energy. Not only that, but they're very much go-getters, right? They're not going to focus on you, right? And it's not like you guys need attention in that way. It's just like you guys just like need someone who's going to be able to talk about things with you guys on an emotional level, okay? Deep things. So water moons or even earth sign moons could also be really good for you guys because it could ground the Cancerian energy, okay? But again, like I mentioned, air is going to be too up in the air for you guys. They're going to be inconsistent. They're going to be like, woo, right? They're going to be on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. And like, you guys probably aren't going to vibe with this. You guys just want that depth is really what that is with the Cancer moon. You guys are basically all about nurture. It's like the Cancerian moon and Cancer energy in general aligns themselves with the feminine energy, okay? So it's like you could have all these things, but you could also not want people to know, okay? So you guys could like hide these aspects of yourselves because again, it is on the emotional level, okay? But also what tends to happen is like you guys align yourselves with the feminine energy. So probably most of the time throughout your life, you're either like aligning yourselves with people who are more in their feminine energy or just women in general, where it's like you're healing the mother wound, okay? It's a deep mother wound through the feminine, okay? The feminine energy. So I find that a lot of the time it's like people who have Cancer moon, like might, you know, especially if you're like male with a Cancer moon, you guys might find yourselves in relationships where again, you're healing that mother wound through that particular partner. Or whether you're female, maybe again, you're healing it through that partner or through your friends, whatever, right? This is really what's going on because there's a deep level of mother wound going on with the Cancer moon. You guys just didn't get like it's not the attention, like it's more so the love and affection that you guys desire. So that's really what happens like with the Cancer moon. It perfectly leads into what I was going to talk about in terms of mother. So like every single soul on a soul level has a type of mother that they want to incarnate into having. So for Cancer Moon, you guys want someone who's going to be nurturing, and like you guys want someone who's going to be caring. You guys want someone who's going to be able to accept like your sensitivity and the depths, and like be able to hold space for you guys in that way. Like you guys could have experienced a lot as a child where it's like you guys had a lot of feelings, or things upset you that maybe normally wouldn't upset other people, or like maybe there were circumstances where it's like, you know, something traumatic happened and you had a lot of emotions that you wanted to deal with. A lot of the time what happens with the Cancer Moon mother, some form of absence, okay? That's really what happens. So that really creates that wound, because the soul, basically what happens is like on a soul level, the soul wants something, but we usually get the exact opposite. Okay, because it might not resonate with everybody, but that's usually what tends to happen because life is full of irony, right? So you get the exact opposite because there's the most amount of growth in that particular situation. So for you guys, you probably got the most, you know, the exact opposite of that. So someone who was maybe emotionally unavailable as a mother, just absent in one way, shape, or form. It could also be an overbearing mother. So someone who was like just like trying to like suffocate you, because it's like also with the Cancerian energy kind of goes two ways, where it's like there could have been the absence of a mother, but there could also be like an issue with the mother where it's like you can't cut cords with the mother. So there could have been some form of like maybe even emotional incest, okay, where there was like an absence of a father and like the mother put the emotions on the child, or it could have even been like the child was nurturing the mother and the roles were reversed in that way. So it's like there's an issue with the mother where it's like you have to cut the cord in one way, shape, or form. You could also be interested in like living in a different place away from the mother, where you only see the mother like once in a while, if you do have that type of dynamic. So it could have gone either of those two ways, but that's really what it is. And then in turn, that really does affect your other relationships as well, because it's like there's almost this always like lingering energy. So it's like either you felt abandoned, and then what happens with the Cancer Moon is like then you guys feel like you need to take care of other people all the time, right? You guys feel like you need to nurture people all the time. And it's like a lot of the time what happens is like things that we do to other people is what we secretly want for ourselves. So it's like the Cancer Moon nurtures people because they're dying to be nurtured. That's the thing with the Cancerian Moon energy, is like you guys really want to be nurtured. Is really what that is. You want to be nurtured, you want to be taken care of, you want to be mothered, okay? Very much connected with the mother is really what's happening there. So that's really what you guys are looking for, whether it's conscious or subconscious. So this is how your dynamics might manifest, and it might manifest the exact opposite, because we manifest people into our life that show us the areas that we need healing and growth, right? So you guys could attract emotionally unavailable people, let's say it's in a relationship, or friends who don't care about you in the way that you guys care about them. Cancer Moon also really likes to spoil the people they love. So you guys could be interested in anything homey, like cooking for people. Could be a huge thing for you guys. Very caring, very nurturing, very feminine. Doesn't matter what gender you were born into, the Cancer Moon is always going to be very much like, again, leaning towards the feminine energy. Is really what that is, leaning towards feminine people in your life, because again, you're constantly healing that mother wound, that deep emotional, because it's like whether it happened in this lifetime or whether it happened in a past life, you guys basically have that wound that's being carried through. It's very orphaned. The Cancerian energy, very difficult placement to have, actually. It's very orphaned. You guys feel like, again, the people aren't able to hold space for you guys, is really what that is on an emotional level. And then that can manifest differently, like I mentioned, could be substance abuse, all these sorts of things. So past lives that you guys could have had could be anything to do with, again, you guys could have been more in the feminine energy. You guys could have been a stay-at-home parent, right? You guys could have been a nurturer. You guys could have been in like nursing or something of that sort. Really, again, things that are nurturing. You guys always aligned yourselves in past lives with more like feminine energy roles, right? So it's kind of like a pattern that you guys incarnated into this lifetime to clear with the Cancer Moon. So that's really what's happening. Not an easy placement to have. It's easier in the sense that it's like the moon is at home in the 4th house, and with like the Cancerian energy there, right? Because moon is ruled by 4th house and ruled by the sign of Cancer. So it's easy in that way because it's like the moon likes to be there, but it also kind of like makes you guys very much like, again, like a crab, want to go into your shell, want to retreat from the world. You're taking on too much energy all the time. And then again, it can hold you guys back in like circumstances and situations where you guys, you know, stay in situations longer than you should because of the fear of being abandoned, and all these sorts of things. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. Hope you guys did enjoy my video on the Cancer Moon. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the day.